political warfare, as you would call it, or political lawfare. Another name. I got a lot of names for it, but usually it takes place in third world countries and banana republics.
So former President Trump right there at the end of court yesterday. Court's off today because it's Election Day in New York, lashing out at prosecutors after his testimony on the stand in the civil fraud trial against him. Alina Habba is the general counsel and legal spokesperson for Save America. Good morning to you. There's a lot to shoot at here. Let me try and just characterize this, I think, the best way possible in trying to forecast what's next, okay? You've been asked many times, why are you being tried by the judge? Why not take it to a jury? But apparently, based on New York law, make sure I got this right, a consumer protection statute that denies the right to a jury, correct? That's why it's before a judge? Is that correct? No, you don't need to applaud.
That is absolutely accurate.
So if that's the case, and you think that the judge already preordained his verdict before the witness, okay, even before the witnesses took the stand, then you're going to be found guilty in this case on behalf of the judge. What I don't understand is what happens on appeal. Do you go before another judge, or is that the point by which you could have a seated jury in a city that voted 8-1 Democrat?
Yeah, okay, so there's so many things there to unpack. Number one, if we had a jury, who's to say that it would matter in New York? And I've tried cases for the president in New York in front of juries, and it doesn't matter. But you're right, we don't have the option. It's equitable relief, and another reason we didn't have the option. This liability was predetermined through a motion before the trial. He found us summarily liable. He said that we committed fraud, we meaning Trump Organization and all the defendants, committed fraud on their statement of financial condition because they were too low, when in fact they were, in many instances, undervalued. It didn't matter. The judge didn't hear an expert. He didn't hear anything. So now what we're doing is making a record. There's no question that whatever happens here, liability's already been found. We're effectively in a damages trial, and it's a waste of money. But he likes the show. We can see Letitia likes the camera. So at this point, we're just...
Letitia James is the Attorney General in New York.
Unfortunately, yes. So we are continuing our record, and we will take it up on appeal to a bench of panel of judges. And, you know, the appellate division, I'd like to think, is a lot more fair.
So just to be clear, it's a bank of judges.
Yes, not one.
Is that 3? Is that 6? Is that 9? What is it?
It's usually 3, and the panel changes. So we'll see.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, and how quickly could that happen?
Well, we've been in the appellate division. We won in the appellate division on some instances. Ivanka Trump testifying tomorrow. She's technically not in this case. And the judge was told that the statute of limitations needed to be a reasonable statute of limitations, but he's ignoring it and allowing evidence in from as far back as 2011, imagine. There's a real disregard for authority here and a real primary focus on politics, and that's what we're seeing in the courtroom.
Okay, so there was, we read the transcript. Dana and I were live on the air yesterday. I found it quite fascinating, the back and forth. And what the former president said is that you ruled me to be a fraud before you even met me or heard my story. And the judge said at one point, I'm not here to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, that was in response
to
me.
How do you use that effectively when you get before the next bank of judges?
I'm not going to give you our strategy, but all I can say is when I said to him, you need to let my client finish speaking. He was cutting him off every time there was good testimony, every time there was testimony that explained how ridiculous this is. And you have to understand, real estate is not simple. Real estate is complicated, but this is the real estate icon type. I mean, who's bigger than Donald Trump? And you sit there and you're trying to challenge him. It's not going to work. He's going to explain it to you, but he didn't like the explanations. He was cutting him off. And I said, Your Honor, you need to let him speak. This is what trials are for. Let my client speak. And the judge said, I'm not here to hear him speak. And I can be honest with you, as I heard those words, I said, I just looked at the screen, I said, okay, it's on the record. And you know, as a lawyer, you have strategy and you take things, you know, those I'll keep to myself, but we'll be proceeding as we should.
I was listening to Carrie Kupek, who is one of our employees here, who was in the courtroom yesterday. She used to work at DOJ. And one of the things she said that's pretty unusual is that Letitia James is in the courtroom every day, just sitting in the back, as if there's nothing else on her docket that she needs to worry about.
Yeah, that's accurate. And she's only there, more importantly and more tellingly, on the days that there's heavy press. She doesn't come to court every day. She's frankly never put a statement on the record in court. I'm not really sure if she practices, but she definitely manages her PR and not very well, if I may say, but that's what she's there for.
Okay, so Ivanka Trump is on the stand tomorrow, then you get your turn by the end of the week, I would assume, right?
No, courts are closed Friday for Veterans
What about
Day.
Thursday?
Thursday, we'll be making our motions relating to some biases we've seen in the courtroom, some biases we've seen outside the courtroom, and frankly, how they just haven't been able to.
So how much
case.
of your hand will you show next week then?
On Thursday, we'll show a lot of it.
Or will you save it for the appeal?
I think Thursday will show a lot. We have to make a record. So Thursday will be a big motion day where we'll outline how there is no case and how there should be a mistrial and a directed verdict. And then moving on from there, you know, we'll be able to put our case in chief on. Everybody needs to remember this has been just their case, and we haven't been cross-examining thoroughly or doing any questions of the witnesses because we're looking forward to putting our case on, and that'll be
interesting. Okay, and after this, the next case is?
Carol. Carol, boxes.
What's that, New York?
January 6th. We've got so many.
Okay.
Carol in New York.
Well, we'll get a flow chart together so our audience can
Yeah,
follow.
don't worry, I
Thanks for
have
coming
one.
in. Great to have you. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.